everybody, and welcome to Mindwatch. I am Dan.
And I am Thomas.
And we are coming to you on audio this week instead of audio and visual because of a technical difficulty. But we are very excited to still at least come back audio-wise. We promise in the next 5 weeks with our next podcast, we will be back to vidcast.
And you'd be able to see our beautiful faces once again.
Exactly. So, Thomas, what's up? How are you doing?
Well, I'm currently in my kitchen right now. I'm actually cooking some dinner. I'm actually making some healthy foods here. Got all the food groups here. I got the carbs, I got the healthy proteins, fats, and I also got my veggies. So I'm making some cod baked in the oven with some potatoes and some mixed vegetables. So it's carrots, green beans, peas, and corn. It's this huge bag of like frozen veggies that we got from Costco that's lasted us like a really long time. So, yep, that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Well, you know what? It's funny because I, too, am making dinner.
And what are you making? What's on the menu tonight?
Well, what's on the menu tonight is actually...
Please, which course are you... How many courses are you making?
Not a lot. Right now, actually, I am making a salad. So what I have found is that I find very mindful, actually, if we're talking about mindfulness, right, which is what we do.
We're based around it.
Right, exactly. So I have found over the past, maybe 6 months that one of the things I find really mindful and peaceful and relaxing is making our nightly salads. So I've been getting organic peppers and cucumbers and onions, also olives and spring mix, and literally just every night, just because I find it so peaceful, chopping everything. So right now I'm slicing red peppers, which I will chop.
All of that sounds amazing, minus the olives.
I know, but we all like the olives except for you. And being the fact that you're in Atlanta and you're not at home, we are able to put the olives in. But if you were home, we would put the olives on the side, or for your salad, obviously.
I'll just pick them out. It's okay.
No, but what's really been fun is I've been I've been getting these great whole from Costco, these organic Kalamata olives, which is my favorite. And
yeah, I know you like those.
Oh my God, I love them. So, but it's been great because I've been just chopping those every night too. So I think the peacefulness, you might actually hear me chopping some stuff in the background here. I think the peacefulness, the mindfulness of just kind of this healthy organic vegetables in a big salad that we're having every night is great. And I know a lot of people are well, you should kind of prep it on Sunday and chop everything for the week and put it in some sort of Tupperware. And yes, I should do that. But I think the thing is, for me, I just find it really peaceful every night to just come home and do that. It's really almost like meditating for me.
It's also, we're human beings that have busy schedules, so it's okay to be you know what, I'm just going to kind of do it all at once and not have to do it all in advance. It's not like you're a disorganized person if you're not meal prepping way in advance.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm going to be honest, I don't really meal prep. I just kind of figure out what we want to eat for the week, and then we just kind of go as we go. You know?
We do the same, but I find that you can hear it, the chopping process, and it's just kind of my thing every night. I just do, and I really enjoy it. So, but in addition to that, we're also having cilantro chicken.
Yeah, that sounds delish.
So it is really good. So, but yeah, so it's meal prepping, it's eating, it's mindfulness all together. And, it's I don't know, when you take that first bite of dinner that you've prepped and you've really prepped, it doesn't have to be this 5-course meal. It's just really just
no, it can be something
foods.
Simple. I'm literally just having fish, potatoes, and vegetables. And whole foods like that are definitely the best things that you should eat. You should incorporate more whole foods into your diet. Now, it's obviously okay to have sweets and other stuff in moderation, but we want to have a healthy, well-balanced diet, Yeah, and I think that is exactly what we're doing right now. You're having a salad. I'm having fish, potatoes, and vegetables. Healthy foods all around.
Yeah,
and honestly, our bodies are going to thank us later. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and my stomach's not going to be hurting.
Right.
At least I hope.
And then with, having some chicken with this too, so we add our proteins and, It's important, and it's good, and it makes you feel good when you're done. And it doesn't mean like on Halloween we didn't have, a couple of days ago, we had pizza and we had wings and, of course all the lovely sweets that you're going to have. So
yeah, and that goes back to like moderation. And I think moderation is a really important, because you still want to eat the foods that you love, like, the burgers, the pizzas, the whatever. Because if you restrict yourself of those foods that you really, really like, and honestly, for me personally, I can speak for myself. Hold on, my fish is ready. You have to come grab it.
Nice.
All right. So, what was that saying? I just got distracted.
That for you with your healthy choices.
Oh yeah. So,
and moderation.
I know for me personally, if I try to like really restrict myself of certain foods that I really like, I'm just going to end up binging, and my body's not going to enjoy what I just did. So, like, if I restrict myself, if I say, like, I'm going to have no sweets at all for the next month, I know I'm probably going to crack a week in and just shovel a bunch of candy or like, eat an entire pint of ice cream in one sitting,
What was that ice cream place that you took us to last weekend?
Oh, that was Morelli's.
Oh, my God.
Wasn't it not the best food the best ice cream you've ever eaten?
So for those of us that are listening, if you're ever in Atlanta, there's an ice cream place. It's called Morelli's. And I got to tell you, it was some of the best ice cream I've ever had. And
it's so it's creamy, it's flavorful, it's rich, it's delectable. It's any kind of positive adjective you can put towards it. That is what that ice cream is.
And I didn't even have anything that complicated. I just had like cookie dough, and it was just so delicious.
Let's just say I was kind of bursting at the seams because we also had ramen before that, so I was a little full. But I was like, you know what? I have a separate stomach for dessert. I have a little something sweet,
Oh, I'm with you. So it was really good that, for our listeners, as you guys know, that Thomas now lives in Atlanta, and we went to go visit him over last weekend. We had some incredible food. We did some healthy choices and some non-healthy choices, like the ice cream, but it was delicious.
For sure, that's what you do on vacation.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
And but the other thing that we were able to do, which it was kind of a cool experience, but we went on a hike. And I know we all may or may not have been on hikes, but I gotta tell you, that was like, I think, okay, so for instance, I was in a training for, those that know, I'm also a teacher in addition to what we do for mindfullme. And I just had this training, this mindfulness, or not mindfulness, it wasn't a mindfulness training, but it was a training on like mental health, especially like in youth. And one of the things that they were talking about was self-care for yourself. Like, what do you do for yourself that helps to recharge you? And I honestly thought that I was pretty good at this, right? Like, we own a mindfulness company here. It's what we do. It's what we practice. And I do meditate every single day. And, I try and eat well and try and work out and all that kind of stuff. So I think I live pretty well as far as mindfulness goes, right?
Yeah.
But like my thing is I do love nature. And
yeah, me too.
And I love nature like in the mountains, the woods. Like that's the nature that I connect
the trees,
to,
yeah.
Right? That's what I connect most. I did not realize how I really had not recharged until we walked into that forest on Saturday. I did not even comprehend what I was not doing until we walked into that forest.
Yeah, it was funny for all our viewers out there. So we got a point in the hike where it was like just the perfect view, and there was this rock that was just perfect for sitting on. And there was maybe like, it was probably only a few minutes, but all of us on the hike, we just kind of sat and we were kind of being in nature. We were all just kind of taking in our surroundings. And it was honestly a beautiful moment of unity in the sense that we were all experiencing the same thing at the same exact time. Because we were like appreciating the beauty that Mother Nature has to offer. And it was just like a nice moment. Like I said, it must have been only a few minutes, but we were just so like we were just really enjoying that moment. So we were all connecting on that one, especially.
I really like what you had just said. You had just said something, Thomas, that just really kind of hit me, like in such a way. It was a moment of unity. Like there were 5 of us, that were on the hike together, and 5 family members, and when we just sat together, and it was funny because your brother didn't even sit with us on the rock. He found another rock that he really liked, but
he found his own mini rock.
Yeah, he did. He found his own mini rock, but it was like right there in like the same location. The other 4 of us were on the big rock, and that time that nobody spoke, nobody wanted to speak. Like I had my eyes closed, just like kind of communing with what was happening, and everybody was in their own space. But at the same point, we were all in the same space, sharing the same experience, sharing the same energy, and sharing that same moment that even though it was very individualistic, it was also incredibly unifying and connecting. And
yeah, because we all could have we all could have seen it differently, but I think we all had the same feeling, even though I can't necessarily be in your body, you can't be in my body. So I can have the same exact thoughts that you have, but I'm based off the energy that we were all doing the same thing at the same time. It's almost like we were kind of having the same experience.
Yes. And I think that's one of the things that people tend to forget. Like, yeah, it's great to be able to slow down, but there's a lot of times that you and family or you and friends are together doing something. It might, even be something like going to a park, or it might be even something as like, something where there's a lot of hustle and bustle, like you're in the middle of the city, maybe on vacation, or you're at Disney or something like that. And there's a lot of hustle and bustle. So it's not always something about being in a forest where it's calm and still and everything must slow down.
Oh yeah, and especially living in a big major city like Atlanta, like especially if you go down to like Midtown or like really where the dead of the city is, it can be pretty chaotic with the energy there because there's so many people, there's traffic, there's people getting to places, and that's just the energy shift that it goes from being in that kind of environment going into this super calming, peaceful, relaxing environment of being in the woods. It's a very nice contrast, and it could be a little bit like not shocking to some people, but I guess just kind of like, whoa, this is totally different, but I like it.
And even if you find yourself, like not everybody has like the ability to go, like even in South Florida, like I may not be able to go to the mountains, but I can go to the beach and I can walk the beach.
You can go to the swamp, you can just play around with some alligators.
There you go. But even if you are finding yourself with family or friends and you're in the hustle and bustle of a theme park or a city or something, you can still find that moment of individuality and unity all at once. And I think that's so cool. Like, there's been times where, like we've been in, let's say, New York during Christmas time, and we'll see like all the lights and we'll see like all the spectacle, and we're having our own individual experience, but at the same time, it's also an experience of unity, and I think that's so important, and I think we tend to forget that a lot.
Yeah, and going back on what we were talking about, shared experiences, on a sort of more macro scale, I truly think that shared experiences in general is kind of like what comforts us as humans. Just knowing the fact that someone else is experiencing the same thing that you're experiencing can be comforting in and of itself.
Agreed.
And I think that's why we all have social media, so we can all talk to each other. I mean, there's many reasons why we have social media, but I think one of the reasons we have it is so we can interact with people. It could even be a total stranger and just having a conversation about, oh yeah, I went to this place, I saw that movie, blah 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 blah. But yeah, I think shared experiences, just in a macro sense, is very comforting to human beings in general.
It is, but we also do need those individual experiences too. Like, some of
of
my most powerful experiences have been like, alone doing something mindful, or, like we just, you guys just joined the, what did you join? We were just like up there, the, oh my God, I just blanked out on the word.
Oh, the Botanical Gardens?
The Botanical Gardens. Right,
yeah.
And they're gorgeous. Like, again, if you're in Atlanta, the Botanical Gardens are just beautiful. That was
which there's one in Gainesville too, believe it or not. And I just saw that.
Really, I don't remember that. Or maybe it
Yeah,
wasn't there when I went to school.
it's on the little pamphlet that we got. It says there's one. I guess it's like a specific company that makes this specific botanical garden, but there's one in Gainesville as well. So if you want to make the trip to Gainesville,
Well,
by all means.
I think that the cool thing is, like, we were able to get, Thomas and Talia a year membership, which was awesome. But the ability to be able to go to the botanical gardens and find a spot and read a book.
Yeah.
Like those kinds of individualistic experiences are also very powerful and really valuable. And everything that we're talking about is just part of nature, and it's free. There's so many things out there that, the botanical gardens weren't free, but so much of what is out there that you can do, even taking a walk around your neighborhood is free and helps you kind of like commune with nature. And nature has so many different forms and so many different ways, and because we live on this beautiful planet, so no matter where you're at, there's so many different types of nature out there.
So many different landscapes and different types of
Yes.
environments, because you got everything from the Amazon rainforest to the tundras of Alaska or like Antarctica, or there's all kinds of beauty in this world.
There really
and
is.
It's going to be it's going to be stressful to try to experience most of it, which is why I'm taking my time. I have a whole life ahead of me, so we have our whole lives ahead of us. So
and
we got time to figure out what kind of different landscapes we want to experience, because one thing I've always wanted, it's on my bucket list. I really want to go for some reason to the Midwest America and experience like all those mountains and the beautiful scenery of just big open fields. Something about that is like scary, but also very beautiful at the same time. It's kind of how I feel about the ocean.
Well, the ocean is gorgeous, and the ocean's wonderful, and the ocean has so many things to it, but it's a world. It's a world. We'll just leave it at it's a world.
I think literally the ocean is its own world.
It's a world. It is. It's very cool. It's very beautiful, and it's peaceful and calming too, especially if you're at the beach.
Yeah, we've only discovered 4% of the ocean, so there's just so much more to see.
Like where Megalodon is.
Right. And there might be Godzilla down there. Who knows?
Well, there could be. We don't know.
There could be also like Cthulhu, and could be all kinds. There could be a whole nother human civilization down there, but we don't want to go down that rabbit hole anyways.
We really don't. But it's a fun rabbit hole to go. So.
It's good to think about, not necessarily to want to venture down there.
No. But you know what, everybody that's listening, I think our biggest theme for this week is figure out a time in your week to go and take a walk, to read a book, to sit under a tree, to walk the beach, to go into the forest, to do something out there that connects you to nature. Because as mindful as I feel that I am, or Thomas I know feels that he is, there was really something about walking into those woods that I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm not doing enough in nature. I'm just not. And
it honestly makes you forget, because we get so busy with our daily lives and our day-to-day tasks that we just sometimes forget about what this planet has to offer, and we have it at our disposal. We just need to literally just go outside.
Yeah, it's true, and it's free.
And it's free. Doesn't cost any money, at least right now.
I know, right? So, well, you know what, Thomas? We had such a good time coming up there and had such a great walk in the forest. And for those of you who want a little bit more, the meditation that says the Halloween meditation is really about fall, and it's really about nature. It just came out on Halloween. So go and take a listen to it.
Spooky meditation.
Spooky. But go and take a listen, because it really kind of helps to define our walk that we had in the woods, because I try and relive it during that meditation. And, it was great. And next time that we are together, I promise our tech issues will be complete, and it will be back to vidcast, and you can see Thomas and I in person up there on the screen. And, we'll have a good time together. But, Thomas, it was just awesome to relive our weekend up there. And, we can't wait to see you in a couple weeks when you come down for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm excited to come back home. I think it's the last time I was home was when?
July.
That was July. Wow, yeah. So it's been a few months. So it's going to be interesting coming home after being away from home for so long. It might be an entirely new, not necessarily perspective, just kind of like world view. Like, wow, this is still my home, but I also have another home. So coming back to, the home that I grew up in, it's going to be a totally different experience. And I'm really excited to see all my family, my friends, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we can't wait to see you. So, all right, everybody, you have a great, great week. Don't forget, Sunday, new affirmation comes out on the website. Every Monday is a new meditation. Next week is going to be TBH. So that will be our next podcast.
To be honest.
So, and to hear all the different tunes and frones between Tatiana, Bianca, and Hillary, which is always a fun time.
Oh, I like that. Tunes and frones.
Tunes and frones. So, all right, guys. Thomas, we'll see you later, everybody. We'll see you later and have a great week.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Bye.